Good morning, Bill. Thank you so much for attending this interview session with Virtudesk.
Absolutely. My pleasure to be here. Thanks, Apple.
Okay. So, Bill, you know what? We're really amazed with all of the referrals that you handed out with Virtudesk. We're really happy with all of the referrals that you had. Talk to us or talk to me about your business. How's your business doing so far?
I'm a real estate agent here in the Boston area. I've been in the business for over 16 years. I have a small team that I have. I have a couple agents working for me. I have an operations person here in Boston. And we have our fabulous, awesome ISA with Virtudesk, Josephine, working for us and really doing a great job of developing new business for the team.
Thank you so much. And I couldn't be happier that we're currently working with you. But tell me, Bill, how did you find about Virtudesk and what was your vision about getting a virtual assistant initially?
I am a part of the Tom Ferry ecosystem, have been for probably about 10 years now. And a lot of the resources that Tom and his coaches and the agents that belong in his ecosystem have been invaluable to me throughout the years. Virtudesk is one of those. I believe I first kind of was introduced to your community and your service at a virtual event last year Tom held. Virtudesk actually reached out to me proactively asking if I, would be interested in learning more about your personnel and your service. And I said, actually I was in the mindset of making a hire for an inside sales agent making outbound sales calls. So I said, hey, your timing's great. Let's go ahead and make a call. And the process, I've had virtual assistants in the past too. Didn't have the best experience and could have been partially my fault. Who knows? But I wanted to give it another shot because it heard some good things about you guys and you were endorsed by Tom and his crew. So that made a big difference.
Talking about your virtual assistant on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you going to rate your experience so far, honestly, with your VA and Virtudesk?
It's been a 10. It's been fantastic. And I think what's important, the process from the first day of Virtudesk, finding out, kind of discovering what my goals were, really paying attention to those and setting up qualified candidates to interview from day one. It went very well. Obviously, I found a great one with Josephine. I think gets underestimated as people hire virtual assistants, whether it's from a service or independently, is that training aspect in the onboarding process that you guys handled seamlessly. Did an excellent job. Josephine was ready to go, ready to dial, even though I was extremely unorganized as usual. Didn't have everything all set up. She was ready to go. And she was a trooper in the beginning, just kind of getting things started. She said, okay, let me go. I've been trained. She said she had been trained on all of her scripts and dialogues and was ready to start making calls right away. And I think if I had gone in another direction, maybe hired on my own or something like that, I don't think that would have gone nearly as smoothly. That process leading up to starting on day one was extremely efficient, obviously very effective. And then Josephine's been knocking it out of the park on the phones and generating 3 or 4 leads a day on average.
How do you envision your stay with Virtudesk and your virtual assistant?
Well, I'd love to grow the team with you guys. I think, Josephine's doing a great job and we've kind of touched on some other things that I maybe want her to handle, or if there's somebody else who, if she doesn't want to do it, if there's someone else who would want to handle it. But I see myself growing. I definitely need help really maximizing my social media. I do a lot of videos and I think I'm okay on social media. I'm just not maximizing the content that I'm putting out and properly leveraging it. And that's where I need help. And I think that's somewhere, hopefully not by the end of this year, starting next year, we can get going with you guys.
What do you think is your edge compared to those realtors who doesn't have yet a virtual assistant?
Most realtors that I know of don't like to prospect. That's one of the biggest challenges. And I do some training for our company here as well, is getting people to prospect consistently. And Josephine is doing that and doing a really good job. And that's the key towards building any business, right? Is generating new business. And she is kind of my rock in terms of making sure that 4 hours a day, she's out there talking to buyers and sellers and seeing, what's available, seeing if who needs help with our services. And it's really hard to do for an individual agent to keep up that level of volume and consistency. And that's going to be the key to getting our business to the proverbial next level. And I'm really excited about it.
There you have it, everyone. Bill Butler from Virtudesk.